The Rhino delivers the faithful. The Exorcist brings wrath from afar. But when the sisters need the enemy broken, not delayed, not scattered, but erased, something heavier answers the call. Tracks grind stone into dust. Steel pushes through fire. Cannons speak doctrine in thunder. This is not subtle warfare. This is judgment made visible. When the Castigator rolls forward, the enemy learns a simple truth. There will be no clever retreat, no flanking maneuver, no escape, only punishment. This is the Castigator, the Adepta Sororitas instrument of judgment.
Welcome back to Brush and Blood, where I paint Warhammer miniatures and dive into the lore, psychology, and real-world parallels behind the Imperium's war machines. Last episode, we covered the Sororitas Rhino, the steel heart that delivers faith into battle. Today, we stay armored, but this time, the gloves come off. This is the Castigator.
Let's get the paint flowing.
What is a Castigator? The Castigator is the Adepta Sororitas' main battle tank. Not artillery, not a relic launcher, not support, a line breaker. It is built to fight where sisters fight: city streets, shrine plazas, breached fortresses. It advances where infantry cannot. It holds ground others abandon. Its name is not poetic. Castigation means punishment, and this tank exists to deliver it. Why the sisters use the Castigator? The Adepta Sororitas believe judgment must be seen. The Castigator does not hide. It does not fire from safety. It advances into view. The message is deliberate. You will be witnessed. You will be judged. You will be destroyed. Faith reinforced with armor. Lore story. The Street of Broken Icons. In the hive city of Myrmidon, chaos cultists fortified a cathedral district. Shrines shattered. Icons defaced. Heavy weapons nested in every window. Infantry assaults failed. Then the Castigator advanced. Its cannon fired point blank down the avenue, turning barricades into smoke. Heavy bolters stitched rooftops and windows shut. Inside the tank, the commander voxed calmly,
"Maintain pace. Judgment does not hurry."
The Castigator rolled through fire meant for the sisters behind it. When it reached the plaza, nothing remained to desecrate. Only silence. The judgment at Cinderfall. At Cinderfall, a Chaos Warband counterattacked during a Sororitas advance. Open ground. No cover. No retreat. 3 Castigators formed a firing line. One commander voxed,
"We hold. The sisters will not fall back."
The tanks fired in rotation, one suppressing, one advancing, one reloading. Enemy armor burned. Infantry broke. When the sisters charged, they did so behind moving steel. The Castigators did not pursue. Judgment had already been delivered. How the Castigator fights. The Castigator doesn't chase enemies. It controls space. Where it advances, the enemy must move or die. It pins infantry, breaks counterattacks, absorbs fire meant for the faithful. The sisters don't follow it. They advance with it. Pop culture, games, and anime. The power of the tank. In Battlefield, the main battle tank doesn't chase kills. It locks streets, anchors objectives, forces the entire enemy team to change how they move. Once it rolls into view, the fight revolves around it. Infantry scatter, engineers hunt it, air support gets called in. That's the Castigator on the tabletop. It doesn't need to rack up kills. It just needs to exist. And suddenly, the enemy is reacting instead of planning. Anime and pop culture understand this power too. In Girls and Panzer, the tank isn't subtle or tactical, it's defiance on treads, a symbol of rebellion that smashes through authority and terrain alike. That attitude mirrors the Castigator perfectly. The Castigator isn't elegant. It isn't trying to be clever. It's a declaration. This ground is no longer yours. And in anime like Girls and Panzer, tanks are more than machines. They're morale, coordination, and momentum. A single tank pushing forward gives infantry confidence. A firing line holds because the armor holds. Movement becomes possible again. That's the Castigator's real power. It doesn't steal the spotlight. It doesn't sprint ahead. It sets the stage. Once it arrives, the battlefield changes shape around it, and everyone, friend and foe alike, knows exactly where the center of the fight is. That's the Castigator. Not a weapon-chasing glory, a presence that becomes the battlefield. Real-world parallels. World War II, steel and sacrifice. In World War II, tanks weren't built for glory. They were built to absorb fear. During the Normandy breakout, Allied tank crews advanced through hedgerows knowing anti-tank guns were waiting. They moved anyway. One British tanker reportedly said, "If they're firing at us, they're not firing at the lads." That's the Castigator. It advances first. It draws the fire. It becomes the obvious threat so the faithful can move. But there's another story that mirrors it even more. Story 2, the tank at the crossroads. In late 1944, during the Battle of the Bulge, a lone American tank was ordered to hold a crossroads. The crew knew reinforcements weren't coming. They dug in anyway. For hours, they fired until barrels overheated. Tracks shattered. Armor peeled away. The tank never retreated. When infantry finally arrived, the crossroads was still held and the tank was burned out, silent, immobile. That tank didn't win the battle, but it decided where the battle was fought. That is the Castigator. It doesn't need to survive forever. It only needs to hold long enough for judgment to arrive. Psychology of judgment. There's a psychology to machines like the Castigator. Psychologists call it burden leadership, accepting danger so others don't have to. Castigator crews know they will be targeted first, hit hardest, ignored last, and they advance anyway. Because their presence reshapes the battlefield, enemy attention locks onto them. Firepower follows them. Fear gathers around them. That isn't bravery. That's acceptance. The Castigator crew doesn't ask if the fight is fair. They ask where judgment is needed most, and they roll toward it. And here it is. The Castigator, painted and ready for the tabletop. Not subtle, not merciful, just judgment on tracks. Disclaimer: not all lore and facts may be 100% accurate, and this is just fun storytelling as I paint and bring these minis to life. Next time, on Brush and Blood, we step into absolute authority with Morvenn Vahl herself. Viewer question: do you use tanks to dominate space or to shield your advance? Tell me in the comments.
Not too bad.
Next time on Brush and Blood, Morvenn Vahl, the voice of the Emperor's will.
In the far future, faith is forged in fire.
Special thanks to Polly for letting me paint his Sisters of Battle. his Scutarii, his Archmagos Prime, and his Dreadnoughts for this series. Couldn't do this arc without you, and I'm definitely looking forward to tackling more of your pile of shame next.